Happy New Year, everyone. I'm Cheryl Riska, certified Optavia health and wellness coach, and I'm so excited that you are joining us this month in our 2020 vision focus group so that we can really rock our goals this new decade. I'm excited, and I hope you are too. So today, to help you, I wanted to introduce the idea of how we create healthy habits in our lives. We know what we want, what we need to do, right? But how do we do them? So it's so easy to say, well, I know I need to exercise and I need to eat right, but well, what does that mean? What does that look like? Let's break it down into something that is sustainable for you, and make a plan so that you can be successful. So I want to talk about habits in general. It takes about 66 days for a habit to form. That's what studies show us. And it's really hard where at the beginning of this new year or every new year, sometimes we really want to start with these huge goals. And then, come a few days in, we're, really tired or sore or busy or whatever, and it doesn't happen. Like, for example, exercise. So we say, okay, I want to go exercise for an hour at the gym every day. So for one, think about and look back and watch Liz's video from Wednesday, if you haven't yet, to learn a little more about SMART goals, so that you can be more specific with your goals and to make sure that you set goals that are measurable and achievable, and goals that are realistic and time-based for you. But that being said, we want to make sure that in order to get into a good routine and a good habit with our goals, so that it's sustainable for us and we continue to do it to create that healthy lifestyle we so want, we need to break it down into smaller pieces so that it's something we can do every single day. So what I want you to do is we're going to think about that example. You can have it in any area of your life, but let's say that you want to focus on physical health, and you've got a goal there. And again, using exercise as an example, that's an easy one. Think about what is, the most basic thing that I can do to support a healthy habit of exercise, to get into a good routine with that. It's going to vary for each person how they enjoy exercising. Maybe you like being active and playing sports. Maybe you're a dancer. Maybe you love going to the gym. Maybe you love, exercise classes. Maybe you've got a treadmill or something like that at home. We just, got a treadmill at our house. So I'm excited for that. So I'm going to use that as part of my example. But break it down. What is the most basic, simple thing you can do every single day, even on your worst day, your worst days where your motivation is low, your time is little, and maybe even if you're sick. So we want something that you're going to be successful at every single day, almost so that you can't fail. So for example, if I choose exercise, then instead of saying I'm going to go to the gym for an hour every single day or whatever, or I'm going to walk on my treadmill for an hour every day, or even 30 minutes every day, I'm going to break it down to even a smaller goal so that if I have a day where I get home at midnight or, I'm not feeling great or my motivation is super low or I'm just busy, I can still accomplish that goal and I can still teach my brain that I exercise every single day. That's becoming a habit for me and a routine, part of my routine. So instead, I'm going to break it down to 5 minutes. I can do 5 minutes on the treadmill every single day, rain or shine. That's something I can do. And you might even want to break it down more small than that, like 1 minute even. I can do 1 minute on the treadmill, or I could put on my walking shoes and I can stand on that treadmill and I can turn it on. And I know breaking it down that small is hard for us because we just want to shoot for the stars, and go all out and go big. But the thing is, most days you're going to be able to do more than that tiny basic goal. And we're trying to create a habit, and habits are big, right? They're hard to do. It's hard to change your routines and to change your habits. So we have to break it down so that it's easy for us to do, so that we are consistent in doing it every single day. And on most days, you're going to be able to do more than that. Most days, I plan on doing more than just 5 minutes. But even if I have a solid week, let's say it was a crazy week where I'm just doing 5 minutes every day, I'm still keeping in that habit, in that routine of exercising every single day. So I don't get out of the habit, because how often do we do that where, we're on a roll, we're doing good, and then here comes a vacation. or here comes, we get sick or something happens, and then we get out of our routine, out of our habit, and it's so hard to get back into it. So it's really, really important to break it down to something so small. Even on your worst day, you're still maintaining some consistency with your goal. So we are going to provide a link to this little page here, and it says the 66-day challenge. And really, it's just helping us to create habits. This is going to go, beyond our focus group this month, but it's a great way to kind of get you started working on these goals. So basically what it is, we've got in which area of your life do you want to form a habit in and, improve. And I circled physical health. Okay, so that's my focus. And then habit is exercise. So it could be sleep, it could be nutrition, healthy eating, exercise, mindfulness. There's lots of different ones we can focus on with physical health, not to mention other areas of our lives, physical or mental health, spiritual health, etc. So I put my habit is exercise, and I wrote down my micro habit, 5 minutes on the treadmill. Okay, so that's something I want to do every day. There's a start date, and every single day that you accomplish that micro habit, at least 5 minutes, I'm going to put a check mark. And then if you have a day where you do more, every day that you do more, you get to put a little plus. So at least 5 minutes, and let's say then the next day I do 20 minutes, and I get to put a check plus. And that feels really, really good. There's a little part of our brain that for some of us, gets rewarded by just being able to put a little check mark saying we did it, we accomplished that goal. And sometimes the plus, like, oh, I did even more. So that's something you're going to want to be consistent doing, and print this out and have it somewhere that you can see, to have that visual reminder every single day, that cue to do, your goal, to build that habit. And one thing to note is we want to try to be really consistent with this. Our brain disregards inconsistencies. So if you miss a day, that's okay. The nice thing is you don't have to be perfect, because none of us are. And maybe you'll rock this for 66 days. But when you continue to work on healthy habits the rest of your life, chances are you're going to miss a day some point in the rest of your life, right? So it's okay if you do, but then make it a priority the very next day to do that habit, to do that goal. And if you miss it 2 days in a row, make it the most important thing for you that very next day to do it, just that minimum that you've set. That's going to be so important for you, because if we miss 3 days in a row, we really need to kind of erase our board and start over again. And the reason is, even if we don't, our brain kind of erases it and starts over again. It's not giving it enough consistency to set it as a routine and as a real habit that's going to stick for you. So because your brain kind of starts over, we just say, go ahead and start over too. And guess what? It's okay, because we're going to keep on going. This is really just like a tool to help you for the rest of your life to create consistency with your healthy habits. Okay, so that's something important to remember. So hopefully you've done a health assessment. If not, talk to the person who invited you to this challenge, to your health coach, and set some goals for this month. You want to have some goals. You want to have a plan in place. And part of that is, with the goals that you're working on, they can help you to break it down and just choose a couple to make it, so it's not so overwhelming. They can help you break it down to micro habits, so that you can have a good idea of where to start. You can reevaluate as you go along. Maybe you set a micro habit that was a little too high. Maybe you said 30 minutes every day and you're having a hard time being consistent with that. Break it down smaller. Maybe you said 30 seconds every day and you're finding that to be way too easy. Then you can up your micro habit. And the nice thing is, maybe 5 minutes is a great place for me to start. But after a few weeks, maybe that's becoming really easy. And then I can increase my goal. And I can increase my habit at that base level, that micro habit. So have some fun with this. Give yourself grace. Know that you're not perfect, but it's a great, great thing to help us to build that consistency, with the healthy habits that we're trying to create in our lives, to really make them a true, part of our health and our healthy lifestyle, so that it will stick and that you can continue to see progress with your goals. Okay. I want you to go ahead and just below in the comments after you watch this, I want you to write down and maybe even share a picture of yourself holding your chart. That would be kind of fun. But either way, write down one goal that you want to work on, okay? Maybe it's exercise or something else. But write down one goal that you want to work on, and then the micro habit, that base level, baby step that is going to help you to be consistent with that goal. Something you can do every single day, even on your worst day, so you cannot fail. Okay, take care, and I'm excited to see what you guys share.